You thought the Foolio versus Yungeen ace beef was over? Oh, no. It just leveled up in the most savage, prison yard soap opera twist imaginable, because according to multiple sources that definitely don't want their names in the paperwork, Foolio's cousin, yes? The same Kojak who's been counting down his days in lockup like it's a rap album release allegedly delivered payback. Behind bars. And when I say payback, I'm not talking about some petty cafeteria food fight. We're talking about a move so calculated, so bold, so street chess. It has the entire Jacksonville gangland whispering like they just watched the finale of a Netflix series. But here's the question. Did Kojak just send a brutal message to a TK's inside crew? Or is this just another wild prison rumor cooked up to stir chaos in the KDA versus a TK war? And more importantly, if Kojak can pull this off from inside, what's he planning for the outside when those gates open? Grab your popcorn, because what's coming next makes diss tracks look like bedtime lullabies if you've been anywhere near the rap scene, or honestly, even just scrolling through messy hip-hop gossip pages at 3 a.m. You already know about the never-ending Jacksonville soap opera, KTA versus ATK, and sitting right in the middle of this firestorm is Julio Foolio, the rapper whose life played out like a crime docu-series, and his arch-nemesis Yungeen Ace, leader of a TK and self-proclaimed unbothered king of Jacksonville's streets. But here's the thing. Just when you think the beef has cooled down, it gets reheated in the most dangerous microwave ever. Prison. Let's rewind. Foolio was taken out in what many believe was a paid hit. His own mother said so, by the way, and she's been working with the feds. Meanwhile, one of Foolio's closest family members, Kojak, a man described by friends as the type to smile in his mugshot, has been serving time for gun possession. On paper, Kojak was just biding his time until release. In reality, according to certain very reliable rumors, he's been plotting like a Netflix villain, and last week, allegedly, the plot went live. Multiple inside sources, which could mean inmates, guards, or that one guy who somehow always knows the tea from his cousin's girlfriend's brother, claimed that Kojak had a run-in with an ATK-affiliated inmate. And when I say run-in, I don't mean they accidentally bumped shoulders in the hallway. No, apparently this run-in turned into what one witness described as a quick, efficient, and oddly poetic form of street justice. Picture this, the dingy, echoing halls of the prison unit. Two inmates exchange a look that says we've been waiting for this moment. No shouting, no warning, just an explosion of chaos so fast that by the time the guards got there, the only thing left was a trail of blood and a bunch of inmates trying to act like they were just walking by the target. Allegedly a low-level ATK runner who'd been bragging about what Ace's crew did to Foolio. Big mistake. According to one source, Kojak handled it personally. No delegation, no middleman, just pure, unfiltered payback doc. And here's where it gets even messier. Word is, Kojak didn't just do it to make a statement inside. He wanted it to send a ripple straight to the outside. The streets of Jacksonville, already on edge from Foolio's murder, are now buzzing like a beehive someone just smacked with a baseball bat. Now, the prison administration, they're trying to keep it hush-hush. Officially, it was just an altercation between inmates, but unofficially, oh, everybody knows. Even some guards have allegedly been joking about it in break rooms, saying, "Guess Kata got their prison welcome package." And of course, this raises the million-dollar question. If Kojak can orchestrate this kind of hit in a place where your freedom is measured in feet, what happens when he's walking those Jacksonville streets again? Because if you think this is where the story ends, oh no, my friend, we're just getting to the good this video. Because as soon as news of this little incident leaked, the outside world reacted exactly how you'd expect, with a mix of shock, applause, and finally, comments flooding social media. But trust me, that reaction wasn't just random fans. Nope, some of those responses came from people deep in the game, and they weren't exactly hiding their approval. When word of the prison incident involving Kojak leaked out, it didn't just trend, it detonated like a stick of dynamite in Jacksonville's already tense gang war. According to sources close to the Department of Corrections, The fight took place on the evening of August 6th inside F dorm at the Florida State Prison. At approximately 7:42 p.m., correctional officers responded to a code red after a physical altercation broke out between two inmates in the rec area, the official report, which we've allegedly seen through a friend of a friend, stated that one inmate suffered multiple blunt force injuries to the face and upper body, requiring immediate medical transport to the prison infirmary. The injured inmate? According to several well-placed sources, he was a known ATK affiliate named Marcus Lil Mook Reynolds, currently serving a 5-year sentence for armed burglary. But here's the detail that has the streets buzzing. Lil Mook isn't just some random ATK foot soldier. He's the cousin of Isaiah Chance, one of the men previously arrested for his alleged role in Foolio's murder. Multiple eyewitnesses inside the unit claim Kojak walked straight up to Lil Mook without a word and swung first. It wasn't no argument, no yelling, one inmate later told his sister in a recorded phone call. Kojak just handled his business. Quick, clean, like he'd been waiting on it. By the time officers pulled him apart, Lil Mook was reportedly unconscious, and Kojak, barely a scratch. He was grinning, the same source said, like he just hit a game winner. Outside the prison walls, the story spread faster than wildfire. Instagram pages like Duval Raw and Jocks Drill Daily began posting blurry stills from surveillance footage. LLEGDLY showing the two men being escorted in opposite directions by officers. The captions were pure gasoline. Kade touch a TK anywhere. Don't matter where you at. Twitter was no calmer. A local blogger known for breaking Jacksonville street news tweeted, hearing reports Kojak just served justice on an ATK affiliate inside dock, Jacksonville war don't stop. Even mainstream media outlets caught wind, with one reporter from First Coast Crime Beat tweeting that Florida Duck confirms a serious inmate assault occurred this week involving gang-affiliated individuals, though they declined to name. Names. Yungeen Ace eventually addressed the rumors during an Instagram live session late that night, leaning back in the driver's seat of a black Escalade and wearing his signature diamond-studded ATK pendant. Y'all love making up stories, Ace said with a laugh. Ain't nobody touched my people. Stop believing these bloggers. But the denials didn't stick. Anonymous screenshots began circulating of an internal DOC disciplinary form showing an inmate identified only as MR, being placed in administrative confinement following a gang-related altercation. The initials matched Lil Mook's real name. The reaction from KTAS side was immediate. Members and affiliates began posting cryptic stories on Instagram, black backgrounds, with captions like "Justice served" and "He ain't even home yet." One particularly bold post came from a rapper affiliated with KTA who wrote, "If we can touch you in DOC, imagine what happened when we outside." And if that wasn't enough to pour fuel on the fire, a leaked letter, allegedly written by Kojak from solitary confinement, surfaced online. In it, he supposedly wrote, "This ain't over. Y'all got more coming. Tell Ace to sleep light." In the days following the August 6th incident, the air in Jacksonville felt different, heavier, like the entire city was holding its breath. Inside the prison, officials moved quickly to prevent any retaliatory violence. Kojak was immediately placed in administrative segregation, also known as the box, while Lil Mook remained under medical observation in the infirmary, but according to an inside source, a correctional officer who allegedly spoke on condition of anonymity, the real concern wasn't keeping those two apart. It was preventing a chain reaction. "You don't understand," the officer reportedly said. "When something like this happens between rival crews inside, it's never just one fight. It's a signal. It's a green light. And that green light, if you believe the whispers, was already shining." Word spread that at least two other ATK-affiliated inmates housed at different Florida facilities were now on high alert, with increased security escorts during meal times and yard movements. That kind of extra security isn't standard. It's a clear sign that DOC knows. Another hit could be coming. Meanwhile, on the outside, the streets were buzzing. KA affiliates were allegedly seen celebrating at a local hookah lounge the night after the fight, with one person even live streaming themselves holding up a printed out photo of Foolio while laughing into the camera. On the flip side, at TK's camp reportedly held a closed-door meeting at a warehouse in Northside Jacksonville, the same spot where they've allegedly filmed this video of music. Videos in the past, the music industry wasn't staying quiet either. A mid-level Florida rapper who's been known to toe the line between neutrality and subtle, at TK Allegiance, posted a cryptic tweet. Sometimes the dead don't rest 'cause y'all keep waking 'em up. Translation? In street politics, Kojak's move might not just be revenge, it could reopen every wound from Foolio's killing. Then came the rumors of law enforcement involvement. Multiple sources claim the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office's gang unit reached out to both KTA and a TK affiliates, warning them that any public retaliation would result in immediate federal charges under the Violent Crime in Aid of Racketeering (VICR) statute. That's not a warning they hand out lightly. VICR charges can turn a simple assault into a life sentence, but here's where it gets even more dangerous. If these inside attacks are this video of a coordinated campaign, it puts law enforcement in a bind. They can't just move every ATK member to protective custody without essentially admitting there's a credible threat. And if they do nothing, the next headline could be worse than the last. As for Kojak, sources say he's showing no signs of remorse. In fact, one inmate housed in the same segregation unit reportedly overheard him humming Foolio's unreleased track Last Laugh while pacing his cell. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone, and maybe the most chilling detail? A leaked phone call, allegedly between Kojak and a woman on the outside, made its way to a local gossip blog. In it, the man believed to be Kojak can be heard saying, "That was just a message. Ain't nobody safe till I'm home." Whether that audio is authentic or just a clout-chasing fabrication, it's already doing damage. Jacksonville's tension levels are off the charts. Businesses in certain neighborhoods reportedly closed early over the weekend, and multiple community leaders have spoken out, calling for an end to the cycle of death. But the reality? In the streets, that cycle isn't just ending because someone asked nicely. History shows that every act of violence in this beef sparks the next one, bigger, bolder, and bloodier, which means that what happened on August 6th might not be remembered as the end of a feud, but as the beginning of the most dangerous chapter yet. And if that's true, Jacksonville better brace itself. Because this war doesn't pause for prison bars, and it doesn't wait for justice, it writes its own rules, and those rules are getting deadlier by the day. So here's the million-dollar question. If Kojak can reach a TK inside the state's most secure prison, what's stopping him from making moves on the outside? Is this just revenge? Or the start of a full-blown inside-outside war? You already know, the streets will answer before the courts do. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? And who's making the next move? Smash that like button if you're following this beef. Subscribe for the next breaking leak and turn on notifications. Because in Jacksonville, the story's never over.